Welcome to the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Digital marketing essentials and next level tactics. From offsite and on-site optimization to persuasive selling and everything in between. You'll learn actionable tips on what it takes to outright and outrank your competition. Now, here's your host, Nate Need.
Welcome again to another episode of the SEO.co Search Engine Optimization Podcast. Today we are going to be discussing a little bit more about SEO for beginners, beginner level SEO, not specifically SEO training, but more high level SEO ideas, thoughts related to those that are newbies and don't have as much education here in the world of SEO. Now, this is kind of a little bit different than most of our other content that we produce. We tend to steer clear of the newbie type guides, even though we have a lot, because it's really top of the funnel stuff, and we tend to spend a lot more time educating clients. So most of our clients are very well versed in all things related to content marketing and SEO, but there's always a great place in the world for kind of that top of the funnel educational content. And it's kind of table stakes for being on the internet, because that's what the internet is. It's an information hub for people looking to learn new things. And so we always want to provide that content, even though most of our clients, they don't need it, and we're probably wasting a lot of time with that content and giving away a lot of the information, a lot of our knowledge for free. But that's how the internet works, and that's how people make money in the commercial web these days, is by giving away free content. So with that caveat, let's dive right in. So search engine optimization to the outsider can be a frustrating and complicated process. Because Google doesn't publish how the algorithm itself works, there are hundreds of independent technical variables that can determine how your particular site ranks. And if you don't have experience with things like programming or web site design and building, including technical factors like title tags, metastructure, XML sitemaps, it can be kind of intimidating and difficult to approach the world of SEO. And it's true that experience pays off. A beginner or novice won't get the same results as someone with years of experience. And the reality is that SEO is more learnable than most people would care to admit. And so we've put together a number of different guides to help technically challenged folks and those that are new to SEO and unfamiliar with the coding of website structure to illustrate the basics of how search engine optimization works. Search SEO can be kind of broken down into three main buckets. Google ranks sites by a combination of two broad categories: relevance and authority. And relevance is how closely the content of a page is going to meet a user's needs and expectations. For example, if a user asks a question, Google may want to find a web page that answers it. And domain authority is a measure of how trustworthy or authoritative the source of the content is. And your tactics usually involve building your authority, increasing your relevance for targeted queries across the following three areas of optimization. And that's on-site optimization, off-site optimization, and ongoing content marketing. So in on-site optimization, it's the process of making your site more visible, more authoritative, and easier for Google's web crawlers and thereby users to parse and understand the content that you're presenting to people. So many of the tweaks and strategies involved in the guide are technical to your site, including adjustments to the backend code and other structural site changes that might improve things like speed, crawlability, and title tags, meta descriptions, things like that give Google the right signals for what you want to showcase to those outside and coming in, including the search engine spiders. Secondarily is offsite optimization. And offsite optimization is a collective of tactics designed to promote your on-site content and improve your authority typically by building links to yourself and hiring a link building service to build them for you, or do that yourself, your own link building outreach. And the quantity and quality of the links pointing to your site has a direct influence on how much authority your site is perceived to have. Thirdly is the ongoing content marketing that you provide. So content marketing is one of the best ways to build your authority and relevance. on site over time, and you'll have the chance to choose topics and optimize for keyword phrases that your target audience will use, and simultaneously create content that proves your authoritativeness on the subject. So on-site optimization, and ongoing content development. So we go through in our guide and list some of the technical items related to SEO. And a lot of these have to do with getting your site not only indexed by Google, but also ranking. So those are two very different things. And factors that might come into play for technical items would relate to things like being indexed, getting the search engine spiders to crawl your site, the speed of your site, getting your site optimized for mobile and readable on mobile. Google now uses a mobile first indexing, has since moved to mobile first indexing, which means if you're not indexable on mobile and not optimized for mobile user, then you're really toast compared to your competitors. Then of course there's sitemaps. Google regularly will crawl new items on your sitemap fairly regularly, so you want to make sure that is optimized. Meta and alt descriptions for your website directly, so how your website is seen on the SERPs. Technical errors like crawl errors, 404 errors, things like broken links or duplicate content. And then of course, once you're done with kind of the on-site components, you're going to want to be doing more of your off-site link building, continuing on things like keyword optimization and providing quality on and off-site content to build your awareness. So I'll link to the basic beginner's guide in the show notes, which also includes some other elements on improving your SEO. If you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you, and we'd also love to hear your feedback on the show. But thanks again for joining us. We look forward to having you on again soon.
Thank you for joining us on the SEO.co podcast. We appreciate your time. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit SEO.co for more resources based on today's topic, as well as access to more podcast episodes to help you improve your site's long-term SEO success.